This man's habit of crushing cigarette butts with his right hand immediately caught the attention of the police officer in the car. Very few people do this, and it's usually criminals who have a habit of rubbing out cigarette butts to erase their fingerprints. As a cop, he sensed something was off. This man had a strong connection to a major case from 7 years ago. In fact, it was just as the officer suspected. On the surface, he was an upstanding police officer, but in reality, he was a murderer who had been on the run for a full 7 years. One day, 7 years ago, a horrific massacre occurred. 5 people were found dead inside a villa, and a young girl was sexually assaulted and killed while taking a shower. The only evidence left behind was a fingerprint the killer had left on the girl's pendant. The person who left that print was none other than Jack, which explained his habit of crushing out cigarettes with his hands. 7 years later, the 3 killers still hadn't been caught. They had all taken on new identities and were expressing their inner guilt in their own ways. Mark became a taxi driver who loved helping others and was seen as a great guy by the elderly. Jack, however, became a police officer. Even when facing a knife-wielding criminal, he would be the first to charge ahead. Bob suffered brain damage due to an injury to his right eye, causing his mental state to become unstable. The 3 of them had also adopted Ellie, the only girl who survived the massacre 7 years ago. Ellie was raised by each of them in turn, and now lives by the sea with Bob. The 3 men lived each day in terrible fear. But then one rainy night, as Mark was driving his taxi, a thin cord suddenly tightened around his neck. The robber only wanted to take the cash, not kill him. Just then, a passing police car frightened the robber. The officer pulled up alongside, got out slowly, and told the robber to roll down his window. Due to copyright issues, I can only share the story up to this point. If you're interested, you can check out the original work.